Hi guys, I'm back on. This is take two on why pain is attractive, and I'm really starting from the beginning because I was cut off by by the internet connection. But today I'm talking about why pain is attractive, either in terms of a relationship, a loss of a loved one, and what pain really teaches us about ourselves. For those of you who don't know, I've written a book called Beyond the Pain, and part of it is really helping you understand why pain exists in your life, why you need to move beyond the pain, why you really need to understand the processes that you're going through in your journey, and why you need to empower yourself to the point where you're no longer attracting pain to your life, but you're eliminating everything that can bring you pain in your life. And the more you allow yourself to, thanks so much for joining, to get beyond the pain, the more you allow yourself to not marinate in the pain, the more you allow yourself to learn from the pain, the easier it becomes for you to move beyond the pain. Again, pain is very attractive, and it's as a result of us having a void in our lives. When we go through life and relationship issues, there's always a void. And once you have a void, it's very easy for you to start carrying pain from then and carry it on through your life process. Sometimes when you decide to take a moment or a break to heal from it, it becomes very easy for you to eliminate pain. Take, for example, you have a relationship growing up and you've watched your parents. For those of us who may have grown up in a broken home, you watch your parents go through their relationship issues. Typically as a child, what you think is, I'm one of the people causing them to have this relationship issues, a source of their pain. I'm a source of their fight. I'm a source of everything they're going on, but truly it has nothing to do with you. It's their own journey. And because you don't really know it's their own journey, you may kind of subconsciously or unconsciously absorb some of the pain into your own life and start to carry that pain from that moment on. And as you carry that pain on, what that pain tends to do is create a wide void in your own space. And because you now have that void, what you're trying to do going forward is trying to find someone to take that pain away from you. And it's you thinking, I'm not feeling loved. And I'm using an experience of a broken home. I'm not feeling loved in this home. So I'm going to kind of find someone who will love me for the love that I need in my own space. But the truth of the matter is you don't really realize in that moment, because you're not conscious, that the love that you truly need is the love that you need to give to yourself first. And because you haven't really learned to love yourself or know what love is like for you, you tend to find love in the wrong places. And in that moment, you're attracted to someone who may be experiencing similar pain in their own lives. And pain becomes an attraction to where you're both sympathetic and you both share each other's pain, but you're not really sharing love. In that moment, what you're getting is someone's the pain that you're going through and really marinating it than helping you heal from it. And what happens when that relationship ends is you absorb more pain from the person, and then you carry that on, and your life continues to go on with a repeated pattern or cycle, and you're figuring out why I'm this pain. But what we tend to do is to mask the pain. In that moment, when a relationship ends, you mask the pain and say, you know what? I'm better than this. That person did not really deserve me, but you did not really take the time to consciously come to the awareness of what is this person and this pain teaching me about myself? What am I learning about me that I'm yet to discover? What is it about me that I don't know? Hi, Tinos. Thanks so much for joining from Nigeria. I don't know yet that I need to find out before I get into the next relationship and become broken again. And because you may not have taken the time to grieve, I shared a video on grief earlier on this week, last week. Because you haven't taken the time to grieve, the grieving and the healing process allows you to come to that awareness. Because you may not have taken that time to grieve and heal, it's very easy to get into the hands of someone who is also experiencing pain. They may also have gone through a breakup and they're looking for a quick solution to find someone to couple with. And in that moment, you're attracted to somebody else's pain and you start a relationship again. That relationship also may not last. And when it ends, it's like you're getting pacified everywhere you're going. This guy pacifies me, and so this relationship has ended, and I've absorbed more pain from there, and I'm carrying pain as long as I'm moving and getting relationship, and I'm not really finding solutions to myself. Pain is very attractive when you haven't discovered who you are. Pain is very attractive when you don't know yourself yet. When you don't know yourself. And so what happens is you're not discovering yourself, you're discovering pain along the journey. By allowing other people to birth their pain into you, and you now become like a dumping ground for somebody else's pain. And so you build on the layers without healing, without really getting a conscious awareness that this situation and experience is teaching me about something I don't know yet. Take another example, another analogy. You just love the last one. Last week on my Facebook profile, I had like 10 people post about death. And this is one of the reasons I'm sharing today, because what happens is when we lose someone we truly love, we have that void of this person was always there for me. But now, how do I go on without this person in my life anymore? That happened to me 4 years ago when I lost one of my close friends who was my confidant. I used to call him and pour out my heart. And when he died, prior to him dying, I had an aunt that was also my confidant who had passed away. And so when my friend died, it became to the point where I was looking at his family, I was looking at his wife, I was looking at his mom, who were family friends with us. And I felt like there's so much void in my life now, because the only person I could call at any odd time and really pour my heart into, that will not really talk about whatever we discussed, he had taken all that to the grave. But now there's still void in my life. And what I discovered was I was becoming dependent on somebody else without realizing what they're teaching me about myself is to emerge. And that's what happens when you lose someone that you're completely dependent on for a long time. It's like, where do you begin? How do you move forward? And what we tend to do when we lose someone is to always find a quicker solution to somebody else feeling that void. And that person may also still have pain in their own lives, like I said with the first example. And so the pain is attractive. And when you do not take the time to really look at, what did this person come to do in my life? What is the purpose of this person in my life? What is this person teaching me about me? Discover so that I can gain my own wings and begin to soar. Remember, you came alone, 9 months in the womb. You were able to survive that environment. And this is how God spoke to me when I was going through my healing process with the womb experience. You came alone. And so in the womb, you've learned to master how to move and shape yourself and feed and suck and reposition yourself. But what happens with us when we're growing up is we become dependent on other people, like I shared yesterday. And that actually makes us become comfortable, because now we're pushing some of our responsibility on somebody else. And when that person is no longer in our lives, we think that they're the bad person, but we don't really take ownership and responsibility and accountability for our own journey. And so moving beyond the pain and not attracting pain to yourself requires that you learn to master what life teaches you every day about yourself. What are you experiencing? And this is coaching. What are you experiencing in this moment that has led to a pain that you have experienced but you haven't healed from? The healing process allows you to gain an awareness of those things that you don't know about yourself, so that when you start to emerge, you realize, oh, I didn't really truly know who I was. I was completely lost. I was becoming dependent on other people to take ownership of part of my journey for me, but I wasn't taking ownership of my journey. And so when you start to gain that awareness of What is this pain teaching me? Than allowing the pain to make me become attracted to more pain. Because when we're in a space of pain, love cannot exist. I shared that, I think, 2 or 3 days ago. Pain and love cannot coexist. You can never love anyone in pain, not even yourself. And because you can't really love anyone in pain, what you tend to do is attract people who are in pain that are soothers. And as a soother comes into your life, it's like, hey, forget about that thing. And what pain allows you to do than heal is to begin to seek for the opinion of others, advice. And so you're comfortable in the space of pain. And so it's looking at yourself, where you currently are. What are you attracting? What is your current situation? If I gave you 5 minutes now to write about yourself, your current situation, and how you can, it's like a 5 minutes pitch experience. What is going on with you now that can help you emerge? And if you're going through something now that is not helping you emerge, it's because you haven't learned to master how to get beyond the pain and get into the lessons, absorb the lessons from that pain, and gain a conscious awareness of the part of you that you don't know yet. Let me share one of the quotes from one of my books with you. Arrogance, the things that kill us and stop us from really getting to gain a conscious awareness of what we don't know about ourselves. 2 things, arrogance and ignorance. Let me say that again. 2 things that rob us of gaining awareness of who we truly are is arrogance and ignorance. And the level of the ignorance that you have is based on what you know, which is where the arrogance lies, and your ego, the arrogance. And so once you don't really take the time to say, I'm not going to be arrogant about this moment and get angry and become resentful and become bitter and become marinated in this pain, but I'm allowing myself to see that I don't know me yet. I'm on a journey called life, a self-discovery journey called life. And it is time for me not to attract pain, but to sit in stillness so I can obtain clarity about my journey. It is not time for me to start to boast about things that I'm experiencing. It is time for me to really sit down and say, what is it that I'm learning? Yes, I have been dependent on this person for a long time, but now it is time to learn to fly my own wings and soar. Let me use another analogy to kind of help you get this. When you look at the mama bird, take a baby bird and try to teach it to fly. That baby bird is not dependent on the mom for so long. The mama bird takes it right into the air by the beak and drops that baby bird down. The baby bird may end up, getting injured, but the mama bird will pick it back up, take it back to the air and drop it again. Why? Because that pain that she's experiencing, the baby bird is experiencing, is what is going to let her gain her independence and begin to soar and live and not exist. And so when you look at everything that you've experienced, because life is a journey of processes, and people will come into your life during the process to teach you what you don't know about yourself yet. Some of them will come for a season. Some of them will come with reasons, but it's up to you to really grab what they're bringing to your attention. What is it that you haven't discovered about yourself yet that you need to discover? 5 minutes, write it down. Now, take a sheet of paper and write. In this very moment, what are you experiencing? What is what you're experiencing teaching you without you allowing fear, ego, or insecurity to cloud your judgment, that you can really write down and say, truly, this experience has shown me something I don't know about myself yet. Because if you don't know you, I don't know my whole self. I'm in the journey of discovering myself. But what I've discovered during this journey is a lot of times we compromise ourselves to settle. We compromise ourselves to settle in a situation because we have a void in our lives that we're trying to fill. And because of that void that is leading to us not healing from whatever that void is, that pain, that hurt, that trauma, it's very easy for us to attract more pain. Pain always attracts pain. And because pain always attracts pain, you may be attracting pain to yourself by repeating the patterns and not getting beyond the pain. Pain always attracts pain. But it's very vital to really realize that when you take the time to say, you know what, I'm tired of being in a painful place. I'm tired of seeking for advice from people that are also experiencing pain that may be masking it that I may not know about. I'm tired of compromising myself in places where I don't belong. I'm going to take the time to really discover who I am. Hey, Nana, thanks so much for joining. Taking the time to really discover who I am so that I can find my wings like the baby bird and begin to soar and not exist. Life becomes very easy. I shared yesterday, we were not created for pain. What makes us attract pain is this: the void, the longing to quickly get to where other people are, comparison, the master killer of your process, of your purpose, of your journey to being your own true essence. And because there is that comparison going on, example, why does Jane and John have to be the ones having a good relationship? Indirectly, your mind is processing, because they have a good relationship, you haven't healed from the relationship you just got out of. I'm also going to get in another, it's conditioning. I'm going to get in another relationship so that I can be like Jane and John. But what you see with Jane and John may not always be the reality. It's just a perception of the window you're viewing from. You don't know what they're experiencing in their relationship. You don't know what their struggle is. You don't know what they're going through personally in their own individual lives. But because you have a void that has made you look at Jane and John from I'm missing someone, I feel lonely, which is a void, and that void hasn't been addressed yet. You start to think it's time for you to get into a relationship. But the pain and the hurt are still there. And you don't really, Nana, I'm not going to say any comment about that one. You're not really looking and saying, hey, this is me. Because we always think that we know it and we have it all together. And so what we tend to do from a painful place is speak from an egoistical view. I am this person and I am that, and I don't make mistakes, and I don't do this and I don't do that, because we try to perfect our lives. But because the void is still there, the pain gets attracted to another pain. And then when the new pain goes away and you're left with more pain, you look at it and say, should have been that. And then the shame and the guilt comes in and you're not able to free yourself. And then it's looking for another person without realizing, I am yet to discover who I am on this journey called life. I'm yet to find why I'm attracting pain. One of the questions you ask yourself during that moment is, why me? I'm always a good person. Why am I the one attracting the wrong partners? Why am I the one in all this pain? Why am I the one going through these issues? Because it is time for you to fly your wings and emerge. But when you focus so much on the pain, you won't move beyond it. You would only attract more pain. That is why pain is so attractive. Because our focus, what we've been conditioned with in nature is to, Nana, stop being a distraction. What we've been conditioned with in the society is to focus on the pain than to get beyond the pain. Oh, that person is bad. Now I have haters who don't want me to succeed. Now I have to deal with all of this by myself. And then we forget. We survived 9 months in the womb on our own, even though we get fed by God. we was able to maneuver to where we actually pushed ourselves out to come and experience life. So number one, before you attract pain to your life, write down tonight, what void are you currently experiencing? What void are you currently experiencing? That's number one. What void are you currently experiencing? Void can be in the form of pain. And I'm going to type that. What void are you currently experiencing? Because what that void does to you is to bring you to a conscious awareness. Again, think about life as a place where you gain the conscious moment. What void are you currently experiencing that is making you seek for someone to come and rescue you? That is number one. That's the major thing you have to ask yourself. What void are you experiencing that is making you seek for a shortcut or someone to come and rescue you without you saying, here I am in this space. I need to figure out my own solutions. I've had to do this by myself in my journey of healing, to where my coaches worked with me to uncover the things I did not know about myself. I still get coached today. I don't know everything. I will never know everything. My son actually teaches me a lot about myself that I don't know. And the more I gain that conscious awareness, there's no blaming. It's me taking responsibility and charge of my life, to the point where when you gain that conscious awareness of you not attracting pain anymore, of you tired of being in the same painful place all the time, you learn to set boundaries and limit what people can make you do to lead to you compromising who you are. Number two question is, how have you compromised yourself? How have you compromised yourself with the current? And if I can find my words, compromise yourself in your current situation. And what you discover is, when you look at the compromise, what did you give in? What did you give into that has allowed you to absorb more pain from somebody else? What did you give into? This is not the time for ego. This is not the time for fear. This is not the time for boasting. This is a time for self-examination, because it's going to bring you to an awareness of who you are and why you should stop attracting pain. One, what is the void that exists in your life in this moment? Number two, how have you allowed that void to lead to you compromising yourself with a current experience that has caused you pain or is causing you pain? And the more you begin to look at these things, the more you realize how much pain is so attractive. Oh, now I'm single. I just got out of a relationship a week ago. And because I'm just out of a relationship, you know what? It's time for me to go clubbing. And I'm going to meet somebody else tonight. And then you're going to compromise yourself while meeting somebody else, because you haven't really looked at your current situation to find out, what did that situation cause you to succumb to? For those of you who send me questions about loneliness, this is really going to help you understand why the loneliness sometimes sinks in. Because that void of loneliness is something that is missing in your own space and in your own time. Loneliness is an awareness that something is missing in your own space and in your own time. Let me type that out. Loneliness is an awareness that something is missing in your own space and your own time. And because you're not really gaining that awareness, it's a conscious awareness. Because you're not gaining that conscious awareness, you're going to go look for love in the wrong places, or you're going to look for solutions in the wrong places that will bring you more hurt and more pain because the pain and the void are attracting more. It's like a vacuum. Look at you when you vacuum a house. You plug that vacuum in, and what does it do? It sucks the dirt. It attracts the dirt. That magnetic force of pain or a void existing brings those people into your space and makes them become attracted to you. And what you tend to do is to want to hear their opinion, their advice about your current situation without examining what their current situation is. Oh, Lola, I just had a breakup and I still like the guy and I still want to look for him. And Lola is like, dang, let's go talk trash over there. I've had people say that to me when I got divorced. You need to go talk trash back at your ex. And I'm like, no, that is not who I am. No. That was the end of a phase, and it was time for me to understand what I was compromising myself with. Hi, Bumi, thanks for joining. Compromising myself was bringing me to a painful place, because when we give up a part of us, hi, Michelle, thanks for joining. When we give up a part of us to the wrong people, we get hurt. And what do they make us realize? Part of me is missing. So me giving my part away, it's like when you think about the only thing I can think about is a sexual relationship that ends, maybe a dating, and it was sexual, and it ends, and your soul is tied with that person because you've given a part of yourself away. What happens is the pain comes. You start to have regrets and you start to be so resentful about that partner because you compromise yourself in that situation, and because their pain attracted your pain but you weren't conscious of it, what you tend to do is being left bitter and angry. But they have gone away only because their purpose was to bring to your awareness why you were attracting pain to yourself. And the more you get this conscious awareness of this void in me is creating a lonely feeling. Feelings expire. I've always shared that. Emotions and feelings carry expiration date. And if you allow those to be the driver, emotions and feelings, give me 1 second to type this, carry expiration date. But what we tend to do is to dwell on the emotions and the feelings. Oh, I thought I still loved this person. I thought this person loved me. I thought this person was in my life for good. I thought. It was a thought. It expires. What is it about you in that moment that thought is teaching you, that is leading to you attracting that pain because you weren't conscious of the pain? But now that the person has exited in that relationship, what conscious awareness are you gaining about you that you don't know yet, that has led you to compromise who you are for what you wanted to get, a quicker solution than you trying to fix what's going on in your own space? Is it making sense to you? If it's making sense, type yes so that I can know how to continue to drive this. Hi, Frankie. Thanks for joining from the UK. To drive this into a way where it's helping you. When we focus on the emotions, when we focus on the feelings, which may be due to infatuation, which may be due to the void, which may be due to the circumstance we're in, we allow ourselves to remain in a place of attraction to pain. And when you're attracting pain, you're not really conscious of the attraction. Take, for example, you've been single for a while. And singleness is what's coming to my mind because that's the prominent one that I see as a coach. I'm single and now I really want someone. But while you're single, you have a void. And I shared this with a client yesterday. You have a void, a financial void that you haven't met. What your thought process makes you think in that moment while you're still struggling to get your finances together is, now I've met someone. And because of that void, the financial void, this person that you're meeting may be the one to rescue you from that financial situation. I've had a male client once, and again, I have permission to share when I share on my clients. I don't just share because I want to share. I share because there's a lesson to be learned from that. He had a financial situation, and during his financial situation, what happened was he met a girl, he met a woman who was helping him get out of that financial situation. So that marinated his void to the point where he wasn't seeking for his own way out of that void. The woman did everything, but at the end of the day, she collected everything back. And he went back to having that same void, but now the void was bigger than it was. It may have been a penny size prior, but now it's wider because the pacifier was there to soothe the pain in that moment. He attracted more pain to himself. He had not resolved the financial situation, but found someone who was, hey, I'll take care of you now. And he thought, that's covered. But when that ended, the financial void came back. And that's the way it is when we have a void that we're not conscious of. What is my solution to this void that will not lead me to find a temporary solution that will make me compromise and attract more pain to myself? The person who was financially supporting had a void of loneliness. I want a partner. And so you see how pain gets attracted. He had a financial void. She had a void of wanting a guy in her life. Pain attracted pain. And there they came, marinating, soothing, comforting, but not finding the real solution. It became sexual. She felt he was too demanding of sex. He felt she wasn't supportive enough with the finances sometimes, and they started to have conflicts because of the void that they both had, but they never thought about the void. And so when she decided, you know what, everything that you owe me, you have to pay it back now because I'm exiting. I found somebody else who wasn't giving me what you couldn't give me. She exited and she took the financial support away from him, and his void became bigger because she was living with him. And now he's homeless. The void is still back there. Yeah, I can chill with a friend for a couple of days, but then after a couple of days, the friends are like, Jude, you need to go. Because they had a budget, and it was kind of impeding on their budgets. Tongue-twisting words today. And so when you have that void, you're going to attract somebody who has a void, and the pain is very attractive. But when they exit, what do they leave you with? That's why I asked you the two questions. What is it that you're learning about your current situation? What is the current situation teaching you about what you're attracting to yourself in this moment? What is the pain teaching you about those that are marinating your pain than helping you heal from the pain and move beyond it? The reality of this journey is to realize that when you're going through pain, the ones that you trust most are the ones that will never be there for you. Let me say that again so it can sink in kind of. The ones that you trust most to be there for you when you're going through the painful moments will be the ones that will not be there for you. And it's that time, again, it's a conscious awareness of your own journey to realizing, yeah, they're not going to support me, but I'm not going to get mad because they're not supporting. Because part of their not supporting me is bringing to my awareness why I need to stand and find my own voice. Not get angry about them not supporting me, but realizing that this journey is leading to me finding my own voice and finding my own truth and standing in it. I shared my quote with you this morning. If you focus on the falling bricks, you will never really know they are the stepping stones to your greatness. The falling bricks will come. One brick, just a shift in one brick, hit the block of the wall of bricks. Hit one. The rest may crack up. And once you lean on it, what happens? The whole wall crumbles. And that's what happens when we're going through pain. Those people who cannot help you are your purpose stoppers and your purpose pushers, making you get attracted to more pain. They're awakening you to realize, I need to stand in my own truth. Figure out what it is that is leading me to attract more pain so that I put a stop to it. And I make that shift and change in the trajectory of my own life so that I can quit existing and I can start living. I had to face that. I shut everybody off. There were rumors and there were advice. There was advice, there were rumors, there were advice. And I said, it's noise. They're all noises. And when you learn to drown yourself in the noise of the world, you will forget to hear the beat of your own drums. I've shared that quote last week on my profile. When you allow yourself to drown in the noise of the world, you will forget the beats of your own drum. Because what you discover is during the painful period, it's an awareness to self-examination. Who am I? That's the third question. Who am I is the third question. Who am I? Not why me, but who am I? Who am I in this journey? And why is pain getting attracted to me? Not, Lord, why me taking all this pain? Why am I the one who has to go through all this damn freaking thing? No. Who am I? Where did I compromise myself? Where did I get lost in my journey? Where did I become unconscious or subconscious to think that this person that I'm seeing and I'm mirroring is who I should become or who I am? It's an awakening to rediscovering, where did I go wrong? What can this roadblocks turn into when I allow myself to take the time to find the answers that I need? Frankie says, center yourself and bring peace and calm to the noise. Frankie, it's not as it's easy to say, but when you're going through a lot of the chaos, a lot of the conflicts, a lot of the void, learning to center yourself and master your own voice is hard, because there are people who want to play perfect and tell you, oh yeah, but the thing is, when you're going through pain, the first set of people you're going to attract are the people in pain. You're not going to attract the people that are healed first. It's the people that are in pain. And one of the first things they're going to tell you is, I told you so. It was going to happen. And now that it's happened, they're bringing you more pain because it's all negative. When I was going through my journey, the first thing I heard when someone gave me a call was, I was told you're with another guy. So quick. Click. I hung up the phone. Because that wasn't what I needed. And then you had friends who went, talked to 30 people. Oh, she's separated. Miss Perfect is. And then my phone just went on and on and on. But I wasn't peeking. Because that wasn't what I needed. I was tired of looking for shortcuts. Shortcuts were the stuff that I looked for when I was raped at age 17. I was looking for love in the wrong places. And I got tired. I gained that awareness. Listen. Initially, it was why me? But then I started to ask the question, who am I? Where did I compromise who God really created me to be? Which voices am I listening to outside of that of the one who created me? Who kept me in the womb for 9 months and helped me maneuver my way until I came out independent. And I started to realize during the journey of writing my books and coaching other people that the conditioning of our mindset from when we were children allowed so much pain and attracts so much pain that sometimes we think that the pain we've carried from a childhood is leading us to find solutions in other people than finding the solutions in ourselves. I had to gain that conscious awareness, and that's why I coach and I write and I speak worldwide to help other people understand it. It is not about the other person first. It is about you first. Because what you build with your own life is what you would attract. And what you will attract is what will happen to you. And what will happen to you may be source of pain from other people until you gain the conscious awareness that pain always attracts pain. And you need to get rid of the pain so that you can stop existing and start to live. This is one of the beauty in learning when somebody passes away in your life. Now that this person has exited, what legacy, what lessons in their journey can I hold on to help me gain the awareness of where I'm losing myself, where I need to find myself, what I need to work on, if this 5 minutes that I have now will be my 5 last minutes in life. Who do I need to eliminate from my journey that is a distraction? Because there's so many distractions that we attract. Take, for example, a relationship just ended. The first set of people you're going to attract are the distractors, the pacifiers, the ghosters, who are just going to come and leave you with more pain because pain is attractive. But if you sit down and say, you know what? I'm tired of repeating circles and patterns and making my life so stagnant, because life is dynamic, it's not stagnant. And I'm going to learn to emerge through all this pain, like the baby bird being dropped, suffering that pain but still longing to fly its wings and find its voice. I am going to stop attracting pain and I'm going to emerge. I'm going to stop drowning in the noise of the world and the advice from people who cannot leave my journey, who cannot walk my course, who do not know my destiny. I am going to stop listening and I am going to learn to find my voice, find my own answers, and emerge. That was what I did when I started to get coached. And that's why I coach other people now. I've always coached since I was young. Some of my friends will tell you, those that grew up with me, I've always been a coach since I was young. But I never really realized it was my calling. I got lost in the process of trying to be what other people are. And then I found myself and I got back into my purpose. Who am I? Emerging. Every time I learn something. Sometimes my son will get me angry and there's a lesson in it for me. Instead of me getting angry, because I'm intuitive now and I'm very conscious of who I am, I ask myself, what he just did teach me about me, because every time I get angry, it's an awakening. Every time you get angry, it's an awakening to something that you haven't healed from. Let me say that again. Every time you get angry with yourself, it is an awakening about something you haven't healed from. Every time you get angry, it is a conscious awakening to something you haven't healed from. And as long as you're getting that conscious awakening to something you haven't healed from, it is time to examine that thing and let it go. Let go of everything that no longer serves you. It is time to let it go. Whatever it is, release it and say, then me create this space of anger, resentment, bitterness. I'm going to let it go. One of the things I do that people that know me may not like, I do it frequently, is when someone upsets me, I say it right there and then, and I let it go. Why? Because I really want them to understand where I am, and I let it go. And if they bring it back to me maybe 2 or 3 days later, I'm like, I don't remember my yesterday. Because I've learned to train my mind to live in the moment, so that I'm not building a void of pain that will cause me to fall back to where I used to be. And so if something happened 2 days ago and you don't have that conversation with me now, and you say, 5 days ago this thing happened and I really want to talk about it. I'm like, no, that was 5 days ago. You didn't talk about it then. You can't talk about it now because I don't remember my past. I don't remember what happened to me 10 minutes ago. If I decide to remember what happened to me 10 minutes ago, I may bring myself pain from it. And I don't want to attract other people to continue to bring that conscious awareness to me. So I've trained myself to find how to consciously learn from that moment and shut it off. Because when you marinate on something that somebody said to you, based on the pain that you currently have, it's going to explode. It becomes exponential pain. Here, and this said this, and this said that, and you take it to the next person, and they enlarge it for you. And it keeps getting bigger. But you don't really consciously realize, I'm attracting more pain than healing from the pain and getting beyond the pain. And then you ask yourself, why me? What God gave me when I used to ask the question, why me, is why not you? Why not you learn the lessons from this to discover who you are? Why not you learn what you're compromising yourself with that is getting you into a deeper place of pain than a place of healing and peace? It changed my mindset. It allowed me to become conscious of who I attract and what I'm accepting into my own space. That's why I let people realize. Someone today, let me use an example from today. Someone today said to me, oh, you need to be vegan. I can introduce you to vegan foods. And I said, no. You're vegan. I don't have to. That's your choice. Don't get offended that I'm saying it, but that's your choice. If I decide to be, it will be on my own terms, but I'm not vegan yet. No offense to anyone who's vegan. It's okay to be, but that's not who I am. Prior to me being healed and to where I am now, I would have said, oh, sure, I want to try that. Because subconsciously or unconsciously, I'm trying to please someone than tell them the truth. The truth may hurt, but it does heal. And so she put the block to, maybe I'll talk to you about it in a week. And I said, don't even try it. It's not going to work because, again, I'm me. You have to respect that. I am who I am. When I decide to do something, it will not be shoved into my throat. It will be because I have decided to make a change because I'm tired of repeating a cycle or a pattern. And that's what we tend to do. We don't get tired of it. We keep quiet about it. And so we go to find advice somewhere else. And when we hear the truth, in the moment where we're looking for quick solutions, we shut the truth off. No, don't tell me about that. That's not what I want to hear. What I want to hear is you marinating me so that I don't accept this truth, because I don't want to see the truth yet. I'm looking for a quicker way. I don't want to take the long route. But the shorter way sometimes is the difficult way that leads to more pain. Like God says, 1,000 days is like a day, and a day to me like 1,000 days. The longer way may be the only solution that you need. I've learned in my journey how God works with me. He gives me the long road, never the shortcut. I have to take the long road, which is not always easy, but it's worth it at the end of the day. And so my challenge to you every day as a coach is to help you get this conscious awareness of the things that you may not know that is attracting pain into your space. What is it that you're compromising yourself with? What void do you have in your current situation or your life that is leading to you attracting more pain? Who are you? The most important question you can always ask yourself: who are you? Not who wants you to become, but who were you created to be? Each one of us is unique, and each one of us is great in our own capacity. My greatness can never determine your greatness. Your greatness cannot determine the greatness of Jane or John, because we're all independently birthed, not at the same time, birthed into something great. But without discovering who we are and moving beyond the pain, we may never really discover the greatness. For me as an introvert, when I do this, I fight it. But this is my calling. And I can't hold all this goodness to myself, because I was birthed into this purpose to help other people. That's my journey. I don't know what your journey is, but part of your journey is not to hold on to the pain. It's to let go of it and move beyond the pain. What is that pain doing to serve you? That's the fourth question. How is the pain serving you? And I'm asking you these questions tonight because I want you to start to take a deep look at where you are and what you're attracting. How is the pain serving you? What joy is the pain bringing into your space? There is no joy in pain, only sorrow. Let me type that out. There is no joy in pain, only sorrow. Only sorrow. You can't find happiness in a painful experience, right? You can't be in pain and be happy at the same time. Think about you having a wound in a little corner of your thumb where you have to use your thumb to do things. Every time you touch that wound, the pain is there and you're not in a happy place. There is no happiness in pain. You can mask it and try to pretend there is, but within, you're being eaten up and swallowed. And all you will do in that place is attract more pain to yourself. Pain and love cannot coexist. Pain and love cannot coexist. If I can type, coexist. You can never love anyone in pain, not even yourself. That's a quote from Beyond the Pain, my book Beyond the Pain. You can never love anyone in pain, not even yourself. And what you discover is, instead of loving someone in pain, you're going to loathe them. You're going to nag at them. You're going to complain about every single thing they're not doing right, because you're trying to make them be who you want them to become, but you don't see them for who they truly are. Pain and love cannot coexist. Happiness does not reside where pain is. Joy does not reside where pain is. The only thing that resides where pain is conflict. Conflict in your mind, conflict in your thoughts, conflict in your emotions, conflict with everyone you come across with. And then you're attracting people who are already conflicted and inflicted with pain. And all they do is make you become egoistical about the pain. Two things that happen that rob you of your blessings when you're in pain. Two things that rob you of your blessings when you're in pain. Arrogance and ignorance. But you can emerge from all of that. What pain has taught me is to humble myself enough to recognize why I should not embrace pain. No one was born with pain. All we were born with is love. The world is where we experience pain and absorb it and make it a lifestyle. But you can move beyond that, beyond the pain now, and emerge back into the love that you were born with. It's a choice. Love is a choice. Living in pain is a choice. Bitterness is a choice. I shared that quote with you from Beyond the Pain. And until you realize that pain is a blessing blocker to you having peace in your own mind and in your own life and in your own soul, you would only continue to attract pain to yourself. I'm tired of seeing people in pain. It's not worth it. It's not worth living in pain. It's not worth it. I walk away from anything that's going to bring me pain. Even if it's going to cost me a lot, I will not accept pain anymore because I've learned to move beyond it. When you heal and move beyond the pain, the moment you heal and move beyond the pain, no one has the power to hurt you. The moment you heal and move beyond the pain, no one has the power to hurt you. Only if you allow them will they hurt you. But the moment you move beyond the pain, no one has the power to hurt you. What you tend to do is recognize it and you walk away. I've had to walk away from a lot of people in my journey after healing. Not that I don't love them, but I love them from afar to the point where I will not let them contaminate the peace and the love that I am now. That's just the truth. When you find yourself, when you emerge into who you're becoming and who you were created to be, you love people from afar because you recognize this is not a painful space anymore. It's a space of love. Do I still love them? Yes. Have I forgiven them? Yes. But I have to learn to set boundaries in my own life. So do you. You deserve it. Because no one can walk your journey. No one can live your life like you. No one can fulfill your purpose in life or help you get beyond the pain if you're not making an attempt to get beyond it. And when you get beyond it, you will have people who will hate on you. But you know what? It is your life. It is your journey. You deserve the freedom from pain, and you deserve to move beyond the pain. You deserve better. But until you recognize you deserve better and you need to get beyond the pain, you will hold on to the pain like it is meaningful to you. But pain is meaningless. Pain, it is meaningless. Pain is meaningless. How does it serve you? How does pain serve you? It only robs you of peace of mind. It only robs you of purposeful living. It only robs you of a healthy relationship, first with yourself and with other people. Pain is meaningless. The moment you heal, forgive yourself, love yourself, and move beyond the pain, no one will have the power to hurt you. neither would you attract pain to yourself. You choose to give yourself the power to be free. You choose to give yourself the power to live while you're still breathing. If God deemed you worthy and shows you the love and reason to why you should live and breathe and move, then why are you holding on to the pain that does not serve you? Think about it deeply. Forget about people who wind your emotions up. They're not helping you. I'm a realist to the core. I've experienced the freedom of pain in my life. And I've realized people deserve to be free of pain. That's why I coach. That's why I speak. That's why I write. That's my purpose. I'm not going to come here and hype up your emotions. Because if I'm using your emotions against you, I'm not operating from a place of love. No. Love will never play mind games with you. Never. Love will never bring you pain, but will bring you healing. Only a few people experience it, and that's why they become free and find themselves. Anyone can say to you, I love you, but only few people know the true meaning of what love is. Because if I cannot look at you as I see myself, but I see a way to hurt you, then I don't know what love is. I have to be able to treat you as I'm treating myself. And if I don't have that love, I can't give it to you. You can't give what you don't have. And you can never love anyone from a place of pain, not even yourself. What does it take? What is it going to take for you to move beyond the pain? This is my challenge to you today. For you to emerge and move beyond it. To stop holding on to the pain that no longer serves you, but holds you bound in a place where you're not free to become who you were created to be. Stop attracting pain. Let it go. Let it go completely. Since I found my freedom and I found my voice and I healed, I've never had so much peace in my life than I have now. It's 8 years now. Today is the 17th. Actually, 8 years today. Exactly 8 years today, 17th of March, was when I said yes to myself. And I made that decision. I just looked at the date and I remembered exactly 17th of March, 8 years ago, was when I said 2010. Was when I said to myself, 2011, 2010, I said to myself, 9 years today, I said, I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I even asked God to take my life. I was like, God, dig a hole and just let me sink in and just kill me tonight. And then he reminded me, you have a child that's an assignment to you to take care of. What are you going to do with the child? Leave the child to suffer because you want to hold on to pain? And I had to awaken myself to the truth. No one can leave my life. God gave me a second chance. I've shared it so many times. God gave me a second chance to leave. Because there are 8 pints of blood in the human body. I had only 3 left. And they looked at me and wondered how I survived. Only 3 left. I was blackening out and I was driving myself. I was driving myself to get transfusion. I was driving myself to my coaches. I was driving myself. I had to do a lot of my own. And God only used people to come and bring to the awareness why I needed to still be here, because my purpose wasn't fulfilled. This is my purpose, to help people move beyond the pain. Find themselves, build on healthy relationships that will make their lives become better, not bitter. And he planted the people, my purpose helpers, in my path. Initially, I said no to them because I wasn't looking for anybody to tell me what I didn't want to hear. And most of the time, what we don't want to hear I shared that quote before. The very things we run away from are the very things that transform our lives. And I had to embrace it. Own my truth. Own my journey. Own the experiences. No, they weren't regrets. Because without those experiences, I will never become who I am today. I would never have met so many of you on this platform. I would never have written the books that are helping other people. I would never be speaking globally or writing anything or coaching anyone if I had said, I wanted to die, take my life. But God knew every day He woke me up with the life and breath, just like He does with you. I'm not done with you yet. There is still a purpose for you to fulfill. But you can't hold on to the pain if you want to fulfill that purpose. You have to heal from it. You have to find your own voice. I look back now and I'm so grateful for every experience. And you should too. Because when you learn to emerge from the painful place and you start to love yourself and heal and forgive, you will look back and say, wow, I did not know myself at all. I've had a client that I met on Facebook. We started and she was like, yeah, all I want to do with this, your 12-week program, is to attract the right man. I did not hesitate to say, no, you're not going to attract the right man. Sure, we'll go on. This 12-week journey of you learning to master relationships, yeah, you're going to find the right man. We got to week 3. She was like, nope. I'm not there yet. Week 6, she said, I don't want a relationship. I want to know me first. I'm not a coach who will tell you, find a love now when you haven't found yourself, because you would only get lost in that relationship. You will have unrealistic expectations and you will attract pain to yourself and heal from it. But when you know you, when you figure out what works best for you, when you build on a healthy foundation for yourself, you would only attract healthy and better to yourself. It may take longer than you expect, but the results will speak for themselves. The return on your investment on taking the time to discover who you are, to build healthy for yourself, to empower yourself, educate yourself, and emerge will pay off. No need to attract pain. Pain does not serve you. Pain is meaningless. That is why a life with pain is a meaningless life. A life with pain is a meaningless life. Because nothing will make sense to you when you're in pain. A life of pain is a meaningless life. What you do when you have a life of pain is tell yourself stories just to soothe yourself. Oh, I'm this and that, and it's all I. And where love speaks, it is about us or we. Where ego speaks, it is about I or me. And if it's too much about you, then you haven't emerged to the point where you're realizing, I'm not loved yet. Love is not loud. Love is not loud. Pain is. Pain is louder than love is. Pain is so loud. I can listen to people talk and I can tell the pain they're experiencing as a coach. The consciousness that I live in, I can listen to people talk and I can hear the pain. But I don't say anything because I don't judge. And so I just start a conversation that brings to their awareness what that pain looks like or feels like, so that they can begin to get conscious and awakening of who they truly are and realize that the life of pain is a meaningless life when you hold on to it than to move beyond the pain. How is pain serving you? And how are you allowing it to attract other people based on the void that it has created in your own space? If there are any questions, I will start to take your questions because my goal in life is to help you move beyond the pain, to really find yourself, find your voice, and realize that life that you were given from birth is a life of love and of freedom. Freedom from pain, freedom from hurt, freedom to be your own person so that you can learn to master the sound and the beats of your own drum without drowning in the noise of the world. Any questions that I can answer? Thank you, Nana. Any questions that I can answer, I'll be more than happy to answer. If you know anyone going through pain, I encourage you to share this video with them, to really help them begin to move beyond the pain, to really give them conscious awakening of why they need to stop attracting pain and to move beyond it. Pain is attractive and it's meaningless, and you don't deserve to have it. You don't deserve to hold on to it. It does you no good. It only brings you to a place of depression, a place of loneliness, a wilderness that you don't need to be living in. You deserve better. You deserve to have the best life that God deemed for you when He signed, sealed, and delivered you as good enough. Pain will make you lose your self-esteem and confidence. It will make you mask and package yourself in a way where you're only attracting more pain to yourself. You deserve better. You deserve to break free from what's breaking you. You deserve peace. You deserve love. You deserve health. Because pain would only create a physical health situation, a mental health situation, an emotional health situation that leaves a huge vacuum in your life. You deserve better. You deserve the freedom to be you. You deserve the freedom to be free from what's breaking you. You deserve the freedom to love yourself first, so that the love you have for yourself you can now give to others, than taking their pain and their sorrows. Pain can only bring sorrow. It cannot host or hold happiness. Let me say that again. Pain can only bring you sorrow. Bring you sorrow. It does not hold or host happiness. And when you find yourself in a situation where you're not happy, it's because pain is there. It's because pain is there. I suffered from pain for 41 years before I freed myself from it. You know how long I stayed to rob myself of the peace that I truly deserved? Now my life is so peaceful. You can do the same. Hey T, thanks for joining from the UK. You can do the same. You don't have to hold on to the pain. You don't have to live with the pain. You don't have to attract more pain to yourself. You just have to set yourself free from pain. It is meaningless to hold on to it. It doesn't serve you. It only robs you of your health, your emotional state of mind, your mental state of mind, and it brings you chaos, anxiety, depression. Pain is negative. There's nothing positive residing in pain. Nothing positive. It can only grow mold. It can't give you fresh air of breath. Make today the day to free yourself from whatever pain there is. Make today the day you stop attracting pain to yourself. Make today the day you decide and choose to become free and move beyond the pain. Pain would only have the power to hurt you when you decide to hold on to it than to let go of it. Pain would only have the power to hurt you when you decide to hold on to it than let go of it. Give me 1 second. You have to move beyond the pain. You just have to. It's a decision that only you can make. No one can make that decision but you. And you have to see the need to become free from it. You have to see that you deserve to be free from it. You have to see that you deserve to stop attracting it. You have to see that it does not serve you in any way. Hence the reason why you need to let go of it and break free from what's breaking you. You deserve happiness. You deserve love. You deserve peace. You deserve the very best thing that will give you peace of mind every single day of your life. You deserve better. If there are no questions, again, I open it up for questions because these are deep issues that most people don't talk about. We've been taught to hold on to it and mask it. But without you really freeing yourself, you're the only one who's going to suffer from it. You deserve to break free. I go where people don't want to talk about things because I believe everyone deserves the freedom from pain, then attract the pain. You deserve to be free. You deserve love. You deserve happiness. You deserve peace. You don't deserve bitterness or resentment or anger or whatever it is, or depression or anxiety. You don't deserve that. That's not what you're made of. That's not part of who you are. The world is where we get to embrace pain as norm. Pain is not norm. Never make it your norm. Again, I encourage you to share this with anyone that you know is going through and needs to be free of pain and stop attracting pain. I encourage you to inbox or email me, coaching@KemiSogunle.com, if you're ready to break free from what's breaking you. I encourage you to get the books that would help you begin to move beyond the pain. I encourage you to examine and replay this video as much as you can until it resonates with you to where you realize it is time to break free from what's breaking you and move beyond the pain. You deserve freedom. You deserve the best life. You deserve to move beyond the pain. And I'm here to support you through the journey called life. We can only talk about this moment because this moment is all we have. We don't know tomorrow. We don't know the next minute or the nanosecond. This moment, you deserve to be free and move beyond the pain. I hope this helps someone out there. Again, feel free to inbox, email, coaching@KemiSogunle.com. I can set up a complimentary session with you. Get the books. I've written these books not just for myself, but to help a lot of people on this journey called life, because this is my purpose. To help other people find who they are, find their voice, build healthy, figure out what works best for themselves prior to being in a relationship or while in a relationship, to resolve marriage issues so that you both can live purposefully and healthy in your marriage. You deserve to move beyond the pain. I hope to talk to you all next week. Again, remember, life is short. You only have it once. Never stop loving while living. When you stop loving, you stop living. When you stop living, it means that it's time to go back to the maker. Thanks so much, Frankie. I appreciate you. But before then, learn to move beyond the pain into purposeful and healthy living. You'll have a great evening. Talk to you soon. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.